At first, they seem confident, charming, almost impressive. But slowly, something feels off. You feel smaller around them, confused after talking to them, and somehow everything always becomes about them. This is not a villain story. This is the psychology of narcissism explained quietly. Narcissism is often misunderstood. It's not just arrogance, it's not just ego, it's a fragile mind trying desperately to protect itself, often at the cost of others. This story will help you recognize it without judgment. He walked into every room with confidence. People listened when he spoke. He talked about his achievements often, and somehow every story ended with him being the hero. At first, people admired him. Confidence is attractive. But over time, patterns appeared. When praised, he seemed alive. When ignored, he became distant. If someone disagreed with him, he didn't listen. He reacted. A joke became an insult. Feedback became an attack. And criticism, that was unforgivable. Psychology shows that narcissism often includes an inflated sense of self-importance, paired with a fragile self-esteem. On the surface, confidence. Underneath, insecurity. That's why admiration feels necessary, not optional. Praise stabilizes the self. Criticism threatens it. He needed attention, like oxygen. Compliments weren't appreciated, they were expected. If someone else succeeded, he felt uncomfortable, not because he hated them, but because their success made him feel smaller. So, he dismissed it, downplayed it, or redirected the spotlight. A narcissistic mind doesn't ask, "How do others feel?" It asks, "What does this say about me?" This is not cruelty by choice, it's emotional blindness. Beneath the grand image lived constant self-doubt. Small criticism felt massive. Rejection felt unbearable. So the mind defended itself by exaggeration. "I'm superior. They're jealous. I deserve more." This wasn't confidence. It was protection. Relationships slowly became transactional. People were useful until they weren't. Support was expected, but rarely returned. Boundaries felt offensive because rules felt like limits, and limits felt like threats. Psychology recognizes different types. Grandiose narcissism, loud, dominant, attention-seeking. Vulnerable narcissism, quiet, sensitive, easily offended, but internally entitled. Both share the same core, fragile self-worth protected by ego. People around him felt confused, drained, questioning themselves, not because they were weak, but because narcissistic dynamics distort reality. Gaslighting, blame shifting, emotional withdrawal. Slowly, others carried the weight. Narcissism doesn't appear randomly. It often grows from childhood emotional neglect, excessive praise without emotional safety, trauma, or unstable attachment. The ego grows loud when the inner self feels unsafe. A narcissistic person is not deeply confident. They are deeply afraid. Afraid of being ordinary, afraid of being unseen, afraid of being unworthy. So, the mind builds armor. Understanding narcissism is not about labeling others. It's about protecting yourself. Because real confidence doesn't need admiration, and real strength doesn't crush others to stand tall. Sometimes, the loudest ego is hiding the quietest fear, and that realization begins inside a thought. If this helped you understand human behavior a little better, more stories like this are coming.